What's up, guys? I've been trying a lot of things with vocals lately, chopping vocals and then messing with them with pitch shifts or format shifts, something that just makes these samples my own. I've been listening to a lot of ODESZA and I tried to mimic their sound in my latest song and use some of these vocal chops. So I'm going to show you how I did that today in just a few easy steps. Now, where do you find those vocals? You can get stuff off of sample libraries. I use splice.com, or you can record your own. Now, I did two things on this song. First, I actually used a sample that I already purchased. And second, I recorded my own vocals. I'll play a little bit for you so you can hear what it sounds like in the finished mix. There are also some male vocals, which are the vocals that I recorded myself, in the breakdown. And here's what that sounds like. Now let's see how I actually put together those vocals. Now let's start from the beginning. I'm going to start from a brand new track. I'm opening a MIDI track here because I'm going to use the simpler instrument in Ableton. If you're using another DAW, you could probably use a sampler. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to drop that female vocal sample right in here from my Splice library. It's this one. I'm just going to drag that over and drop it into simpler. And here's what that sounds like. And now that kind of repeats a little bit through this whole sample in just slight variations. All I did is I went to slice, and what Ableton Simpler does is it slices it to transient, and you can adjust the sensitivity, which is what I did. So Ableton does an okay job at slicing it automatically, but you can actually go in and slice it further to whatever your liking is. So if I want to use this sample here and I want to adjust the start point, I can adjust the start point. And I can adjust the end point as well. So let's say I'm satisfied with the different parts I have. What I did next is I sliced to drum kit. So I just right-clicked this and I say slice to drum rack. Sorry, not drum kit, drum rack. Now once you do that, it takes all the slices that you've created and creates a drum rack out of it. So now you can play this. The really nice part is now you can adjust each of these slices individually. If I just have this one, but I'm thinking, well, I need to transpose this because in the hook that I have in my mind, I want this note to be higher. So I can transpose it right down here. That's just transpose one up. You can go many up. There you go. So you can play around a lot just with Simpler, but I wanted to try out some other tools with this song, and I tried out two plugins. The one that you may have already seen in one of my videos, it's by Soundtoys, and it's the Little AlterBoy plugin. So now if I apply Little AlterBoy to this slice, I can change the format. If you lower the format, it sounds more like a male voice. If you make it higher, it sounds more female. Or if you make it too high, it sounds like a chipmunk. But I've lowered it a little bit. Let's hear that slice again. Much lower. Now, if I wanted to, I can change the pitch and the format together. Let's try that. I'll put the pitch up by 1. What I really like about the Little AlterBoy plugin is that you can also add drive. It adds a little nice little something. Now, in addition to the Little AlterBoy, I also tried out another plugin, and it's by zPlane. It's called Elastique Pitch. I'm going to add that here as well, and I'm going to turn off Little AlterBoy. Now, I didn't actually purchase this plugin. I just have the demo, so you might see demo flash and the sound go in and out a little bit. The link down here links the timbre and the pitch. So now if I move this, they'll both move automatically because they're linked. Let's hear that slice again. Raise it again. And we can lower it. Now, if you wanted to adjust these independently, you'll turn off this link, and now I can adjust the timbre separately and the pitch separately. So I can keep the pitch where the original sample was, and I'll change the timbre, and it sounds like this. So you'll hear that Elastique Pitch does something different. It also has a delay built in and the feedback on delay, so... But other than that, there were some very interesting sound results that I got out of using Elastique Pitch, so I did like it. If you're willing to spend the $191.21, then Elastique Pitch is a really nice tool. But for just getting some vocals to modify a little bit, I really liked Little AlterBoy. Little AlterBoy is currently $99, and the zPlane Elastique Pitch is $191.21. Once you've used either one of these tools to adjust your samples, then you're going to actually play the tune, and that's what I did here. So here's the finished tune that I came up with by playing this drum rack. And what I ended up doing is recording this to the track here, so I'm just dealing with an audio file. Now let's take a look at the male vocals. Now these are the vocals that I sang, and then I sliced up, chopped up. And then they appear also in the final chorus. Let's hear what the original sounded like.
She says, but I also think I never met someone who was worth it before.
Okay, it sounds like absolute nonsense. What am I singing? Where did I get this from? Here's an interesting thing. If you're gonna sing your own vocals, and you don't want to write lyrics. So I had this magazine lying around, and I just picked an article. Oh yeah, I actually used this one. It's still open. And I just sang in the key of this song, whatever came out, using the words of the article. And the article says, but don't be fooled, the giddy highs and lows of singledom are fast becoming a distant memory. I just picked random sentences and I started to sing them. So I just sang like a whole paragraph out of here, threw it into simpler, and then just started messing around with the slices. And now when you hear it playing, those pieces are...
Time, she says.
Now, after I found the slices that I liked, I wanted to change the way it sounded a bit. So I added auto-tune just to get those right on the notes, and also have a little bit of that auto-tune effect, and I compressed it. Then I started adding the Little AlterBoy, and what I did with Little AlterBoy is I just changed the format to sound a little bit lower, so it kind of ended up sounding like really like someone else.
Time, she says, in memory.
And then after that, to make it sound a little nicer in the mix, I added Echo Boy Jr. I added the Cheap Tape Echo preset. Then I added the Little Plate, which is another Soundtoys reverb. I EQ'd the lows out, so I'm just keeping the highs, and that's it. Ended up sounding like this.
Time, she says, but I also in memory.
And I was really happy with how that sounded. And the breakdown. So there you go. That's how you can create nice vocal chops for a song like ODESZA. But you know what? When I finished this song, I didn't feel like it sounded like ODESZA. It kind of sounded like me. Kind of sounded like something I typically create. And that's okay too. No matter what you learn from other people, your sound is gonna end up being your sound. Make it your own, get your style out there, and share the stuff that you make. If you like this video, hit that like button and subscribe. Don't forget, keep making the music that you love. I'll see you guys later.